Are you inviting your dreams into reality? Hi, my name's Jennie Lavaque, and I'm the creator of Dreamwalker Magazine. Welcome to the premiere edition, all about dreams. Dreamwalker Magazine is my baby, and I'm doing it as a service for the community, and I'm doing it for myself because what better way to meet more people and be surrounded by a fantastic, high energy group of people, all of like mine, than to make the introductions and steer them in the right direction and have them feel the love that I feel with everybody that I know in the community. Dreamwalker Magazine is a place to bring the Wisconsin metaphysical community together, and even a couple of the surrounding states when I do hear things. After all, we all do like the road trips. A few things to know about the current edition of Dreamwalker Magazine. One of the key areas of importance for me is, of course, getting everybody connected in the community. So at the top of every page on the magazine, you're going to see a couple of links. One is the community events. So I've been searching far and wide, gathering all the different events and workshops and basic group gatherings to list them all in one place. So my intention is to keep that up to date every month so that if any of you are looking for something to do or need some direction into where to go, that you can just click on the link at the top of each page on the magazine and find your way to something that calls to you and something that resonates with you. The second link at the top, which is on the top right, is a little thing called Ask Keterin. So to share a little bit with you about that, Keterin is my spirit guide and also the masculine aspect of my higher self. Keterin had started talking to me back in 1995 during my original awakening, and whenever I have a question that I don't understand about the purpose of life or you know what the meaning of let's say why are there pyramids in Egypt, well, I can put those questions out there to Keterin and I will receive channel messages for him. So in this episode of Dreamwalker Magazine, I asked the questions: what is the purpose of sleeping, and what is the purpose of dreaming? And you will be able to see Keterin's channeled responses. Now, the link at the top of the newsletter page for Ask Keterin is in case you guys have any kind of questions that you would like to hear a channeled response for. So that link is for you guys to write in your questions, and I will go ahead and do a channeled message from Keterin for you guys within each of the upcoming editions of Dreamwalker Magazine. The third and final link at the top of each page of Dreamwalker Magazine is the Metaphysical Directory, which I'm kind of playing with the name of it, but it might be called Connections or something like that. But Metaphysical Directory kind of seems to just, pack the punch of exactly what it's supposed to do. The reason it's not in this particular episode is because I simply ran out of time. I have so many people that I know, and I'm finding more and more every day. So my objective within the November edition of Dreamwalker Magazine is to get those put together. I'm trying to figure out a way to get it organized so that it's searchable. Don't know if I'll be able to do it. If you guys have any ideas that I can integrate into my webpage, it would be really, really helpful. But it is up and coming, and I can't wait to get that for you guys as well. My favorite part of Dreamwalker Magazine each month is probably going to be the community spotlight, because that is yet another way for all of you to be able to become more aware of the great people and the great businesses out there that have so many things to offer. This month's edition of Dreamwalker Magazine has a community spotlight on Nicole from Runic Apothecary. We do have a couple videos in there, so she shares her story of awakening and the inspiration behind Runic Apothecary. And there's a second video that you can get a sneak peek into her storefront and the place that she has available for having group sessions and meditations and her healing room. So definitely check that video out too if you want to see inside, but even more so, I strongly encourage you to just go there and check it out, because there's so many great people that go there. Nicole and her husband Brett, absolutely phenomenal, and they make tea. So if you like what you see in this episode, I have a heartfelt favor to ask, and that is number one, please subscribe to the magazine, because I will be putting the links out there on social media, but not everybody sees that. So if you can subscribe to it, then I can make sure that you continue to get the upcoming editions. And number two, I would love if you could pass it on to the people that you know, because the most important thing, the spirit that is going to feed this is awareness. And the only way that people can become aware of this is with your help. So please pass it on, and if you like it, subscribe, hit subscribe, and fill it out so I can send it to you each month as the new content's coming out. Over the last several years, as I became more and more integrated within the spiritual community, I've had a lot of people who were really lost and searching for people that they could reach out to and understand what they're going through. And that's something that I could really relate to, because when I went through my original awakening back in 1995, there was nobody to talk to about it. There was no internet back then. There was really no books on the subject. Going into the bookstore, the only books on spirituality were shelved on the occult section. And so with everything that I was experiencing, I really thought that I was going crazy, and I felt completely alone. And so I don't want anybody to go through what I went through. And so with that, I'm in my conversations with people that I quite often have people interested in what are some different groups in the area, or where would I recommend that they go for yoga that integrates spirituality, or where did I take my shamanic training? And it's really hard to find all these events because they're scattered all over the place. You kind of have to know and be connected and know where to look on the internet, or happen to stumble across it on a Facebook page. So with that, I thought, I have 25 years. My background is in research, and I'm really good at putting this stuff together. So, why not start putting to good use what I already know? So I do have background in art, in graphics communications. I've been doing research for 25 years, and turns out I know a lot of people in the spiritual community, and I like to write, In a nutshell, again, I just want to give my heartfelt thanks to all of you guys for everybody who stepped forward, helped with the contributions, shot me information about businesses that might not have been on my radar, volunteered to help out with the website content or some of the stuff that's in the magazine, the proofreading, the reviews. I could not have done it on my own. And again, community is so important, and that's another reason why I wanted to put this together. So again, if you like what you see, please hit subscribe and pass it on to everybody that you know that you think might be interested. I am really excited to bring the November issue, which will be coming up next. I have a lot of topics in mind, but I haven't picked one yet, and so stay tuned for the next topic to be revealed. I'm always looking forward to making new connections, so friend me on Facebook, send me a message, reach out to me. I'm here. Thank you.
I was inspired to talk to you today about dreams and how my dream of Runic Apothecary became a reality. And it's a story that I'm excited to tell because I hope that it gives other people the strength and the courage to face sometimes the dark side of ourselves so that we can come out and receive that light and that great abundance on the other side. And that's how my story goes. Spiritually speaking, gifts and energies have called to me my whole life. However, I have always pushed them away, trying to focus on the normal things. And it was a detriment to me and to my growth. And I guess it kept me somewhat stagnant. It led me to become, I guess, facing my 40th year on this earth, working tirelessly at the corporate job that I had at the time, 60 plus, 70 plus hours a week. We all know the story. We're out there. We're just doing the best we can to pay the bills and raise our families. And that's what I was doing. My one child was calling out for help, and I thought I was listening to the best of my ability. Things came to a head, and I found myself in my dark night of my soul. I didn't know at the time that's what it was. I didn't have words. I didn't have spiritual words to attribute to the experience that I was facing. I didn't know that there were other people that had experienced things like this. I didn't know what to do. And I can truly tell you, I found myself in a life or death situation. I was grateful for my husband and my amazing community of friends and family who supported me and kept picking me up off the ground when I would fall, because it helped me to realize that I needed to shed those layers, those masks, those labels that didn't belong to me. And I needed to only allow the most authentic part of myself to come through and to stay and be true. And that's all I wanted. And so I needed to start from scratch. Slowly, tarot came back into my life, and it really helped guide me spiritually. I then had a past life regression. I reconnected with my spirit guides, thankfully, and that in turn allowed me to reconnect with myself, my intuition, my inner voice, and the source. Through that guidance, over the course of the next several months, I found myself doing things I never thought I would do. I left my career, which was putting me on the path to being a homeowner and supporting even my family in a better way that I thought was a better way. Walked away from that. My husband and I did some deep soul seeking, and we decided that what we went through was hard. And we were grateful, like I said, to have the people help pick us up. But there's folks out there that don't have that. And to expect people to go through that on their own or not know, like I didn't know the words to associate with that soul deep, gut wrenching feeling of pain and sorrow and sadness. We didn't want others to go through that alone. So Runic was born. And we decided that we wanted to have a spiritual healing space where we just welcomed any and all who felt lost and needed to find that community, and to know that it's not the end. There is amazing bright light on the other side of it, and you just have to trust in that process. And that's where Runic Apothecary was born. We celebrated our 1-year anniversary, and we have seen some amazing healing along the way in just the 1 year that we have been here. So we're very excited to be here. We're so excited to have our doors open for you and the rest of our community, because when you shine, we all shine. And that's the important thing. Thank you for listening to our story today. Feel free to come by anytime and see us, whether you want to shop our gift shop, get a psychic reading from one of our amazing intuitives, have a Reiki session, or just have a cup of tea and talk. That's what we're here for. Namaste. Hi, my name is Nicole Tyrion. I am the owner of Runic Apothecary, and I invited my dream into reality. We are home to some really amazing homemade items by local artisans coming right from your neighborhood. So when you come into the shop, you can rest assured that any purchases you make are supporting families in your own community. In addition to our gift shop, you'll see our back area is the perfect space for guided meditations, art classes, spiritual healing gatherings, and all kinds of different events that you can find listed on our Facebook page. Next door, we have our intuitive reading room where a multiple group of psychics will use this room on various days of the week to offer their services to the community. Our healing room is ready and waiting for you, also available for multiple modalities such as quantum healing, Reiki, sound therapy, and other amazing tools in that self-care toolbox.